All right, this is title room at Jerstad Middle School. And this is our identity crisis, one of our projects, where they had to list the attributes that contributed to the formation of their identity and create a portrait of themselves in any way they chose to do so. And at first they froze. They didn't like the fact that I didn't set perimeters. But then when they wanted clarification, and I said, nope, any way you want. And they said, well, can we do it this way? And I said, yep. Can we do it this way? And then I said, yep. And finally they figured out that I wasn't going to limit them. And after they realized that, they started drawing. And day 2, it took off, and they did an awesome job. And I think they did some pretty good depictions of themselves. And then this is our Alien Invaders unit for our 7th graders. And they had to research an invasive species any place in the entire world. And again, I did not limit them. And they came up with some really good projects. A couple of them were PowerPoint, so you don't see everybody, because they did have an option of doing PowerPoints, and they did have an option of just keeping it at the poster level. And then this is our 8th grade unit, and our 8th graders were doing the graduation unit, and they got to create graduation hats and something that depicted them on the top of their hats, and on the inside of their hat, and I'm going to change the camera angle so you can see, is an alliteration. A acrostic poem. So as you can see, their poems reflect themselves. Okay, and this is our classroom, our literacy classroom. As you can see, all of the tools on the wall for them to use, and our kids do use them. This is their word wall. They create the word wall with any words that they can't spell, or if they don't understand what the meaning is, they put it on the word wall, and they get 10 points for every word they look up and define and can understand the meaning for. And then this is our reading, our partner read center, and they either do some kind of grammar worksheet reading, or they read together and they have to ask each other critical thinking questions based upon, again, the tool provided for them on the wall. This is another word wall because we have 5 classes, 3 different grade levels, so we have plenty of word wall space for them. This is all of our books that they can read. Some of them are at level, but we have not finished doing that, so we're working on it, work in progress. And then this is our journal prompt section, and we don't do it every single day, but we do about once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on what the topic is. And this journal prompt was used as kind of an exit evaluation, exit assessment of the unit, and making connections to themselves. This is where all of their folders are kept, and they get them themselves. And this is our this is our supplies for all of our projects, by the way. They're in progress. And this is our vocabulary wall. And this is our storage. But again, even on that, I have a tool with all the elements of literature, plot, theme, setting. We use them all. Every Friday we have silent read, and on Fridays we use a GRI assessment from the silent read to determine how much they understood about what they read, and they break it up, and they have to tell us, make a prediction, provide us with the theme of the story, give us something from the beginning, middle, and end. They have to define what characters were in it, and then they have to give us, if it was nonfiction or fiction, title and author, and then they also have to give us their opinion and support it with evidence from the story. And then this is our station rotation, and this is what we do every single day in each of the grades. And this is the results of our writing centers. Several of them aren't up yet, but we did Hare's Burdick this last time, where they had to use a writing prompt from the Hare's Burdick books and create their own story, and they had to choose a point of view. They had to choose the setting, the characters, create a plot, and then they had to write at least one paragraph. Several of them exceeded that, and it had to be put into paragraph form, and it had to be indented. So there were some perimeters, but pretty much it was left up to them to create their own story based upon the prompt. And we do provide graphic organizers for that. And again, we still have tools all over the room. These are kind of humorous so that they kind of are rememberable. They're rememberable, so they are like little humorous prompts. And I got that idea actually from my teacher who tutored at Parkside, and she said that really helped people remember those particular rules because they had a little bit of humor involved. So we got them for our classroom, and this is our computer station where they do Read 180. A lot of our kids don't like to do Read 180, so under those circumstances we actually have spelling words that they can work together as in groups to get their extra work needed on that particular area. And I think that's it for the classroom. All right. The last thing I wanted to share with you is this is our point system, and we did that is because our students do not understand the grading system, and because our classroom is primarily participation based, everybody starts with 100 points. If you come in late, you end up with 70 points. If you are on your phone or use language that is disrespectful or hit, kick, whatever, you lose 10 points for every event. And if you leave the classroom without permission, you lose 50 points. And we just keep tabs all week long. And then on Friday, we have payday, and it's a token economy, so they can pretty much use their money to buy chips and candy, and pretty much, and we fund that. But if they buy chips and candy, the minimum you can get 500 points a week. I do give extra credit, and I do again give 10 points for each word on the word wall that they define. But they do, with just walking in the room, as long as they are productive students, they get 500 points per week. So the lowest we sell anything for is 300. So they have to meet at least 300 points a week in order to purchase anything. We do have savings account, so if they have a bad week, they can dock it for the next week and save it and spend it when they want. And some kids don't have the need for this particular incentive, so some of them have like thousands in their account and never spend it, but we still do it for those that do need it. And I think that's it.